This is Bruce Buffer, and this is the moment you've all been waiting for. It's time for the MMA-Holes!
No way.
From the Sonosi and D-Res studios of Arizona, Eddie Hearn says Dana White is the best promoter. UFC Vegas 47 Fight Week and Dada 5000 live with the MMA-Holes.
Wonderful.
Welcome to the show. We are the MMA-Holes, and we're live. We're in full effect. It's UFC Vegas 47 Fight Week. Sean Strickland saying some crazy stuff. Jack Hermanson being interviewed. And we got Eddie Hearn talking about Dana White being the best promoter in the whole wide world. We got a lot of stuff to get into tonight, but I am going to drag us right into an interview with a gentleman that was on the scene, the backyard fights. BYB. This man has legendary hair. This man is a stud. This is a legend. This is an honor. Dada 5000 live with the MMA-Holes. Let's go, baby. Dada 5000. I know when we started, we had a little bit of trouble here hearing each other, but do you hear me loud and clear?
Yeah, yes, I do.
Okay, great. And listen, I really appreciate you coming on the show. You are a damn legend, and I love that you have the black nail polish going on right now. Where did this start, this black nail polish?
Well, thank you for allowing me to be a part of your platform, your program. The black nails, it started about roughly around 2007. Coming into the game, I wanted to be different. I didn't want to be like any and everybody else. So I had to pretty much make my own niche, carve my own way out into the game.
Well, I got to say this, you definitely do stand out. I came into the mixed martial arts world like late. I found out about you when the Kimbo Slice fight happened, and that was such a spectacle. You had the hair going, the wild stuff shaved on the sides. You still got that going now. You got the nail polish. I mean, how hard is it to keep up with this look, man? You're always looking fresh.
Well, you know what? I evolve over the years, right? And coming from where I come from, it's like, how can I put it? When you look at normal, when you look at basic, standard, typical, generic, average, there's nothing exciting about none of those. If anything, I would, have to go into the classification of ordinary, but we have to put extra in the front of it. So it's extraordinary. Those are the individuals that are remembered. Those are the individuals that go down in history, and again, starting outside the backyard, I've been doing this stuff since 2007. And it's interesting that you said that you heard of me doing the Kimbo Slice, fight. But we were doing crazy things on national levels way before that. Like we had Dogfight out on Netflix doing numbers, got nominated for 2 Emmys on NBC, Rolling Stones, ESPN, National Geographics, Sun Sentinel, Miami Herald, Washington Post, Vice Media, you name it. The list of accolades go on and on and on. And actually, when you look at it in the history books, right, bare knuckle fighting, backyard fighting always was said to believe to be underground, right? Mm-hmm. What we did was we revolutionized the way that the world look at extreme reality. And these are the ones that get remembered. Harriet Tubman, right? She did the Underground Railroad. Martin Luther King, he done his bid, right? When you look at Rosa Parks, she sat down in the chair. I chose to take the road less traveled. Kimbo Slice, he did it, but he didn't do it like how we did it. And we brought national attention to it. While I was the one that was being threatened with arrest, right? Sleepless nights, you know, making all the sacrifices, taking all the risks. Everybody else that's out there right now, they were sitting back trying to see what was going to happen, you know what I'm saying, to myself. I weathered the storm, and now look at us today. Bare knuckle fighting, you know what I'm saying, is a national global sport. At some point, somebody said, hey, horses will be obsolete one day. Other individuals couldn't fathom that thought being realistic. But guess what? We use them. The Amish use them for travel. We use them for sports, for games. It's the same philosophy that I implemented into, you know what I'm saying, existence with backyard and bare knuckle, you know? And now look at it today. You know, they told me something a while ago. They said, hey, listen, I was ahead of my time with this bare knuckle thing.
Sure.
And they couldn't see the vision. They said, hey, Dada, you're taking the sport of MMA and boxing back 10 years. And I asked those same individuals, do they still feel the same way they did years ago?
Wow, it's pretty wild. I tell you what, I was going down your rabbit hole today, and I was on YouTube. I was watching all the backyard fights that were happening, the movies, this and that, the Netflix. It's kind of crazy. I was a casual when the Bellator thing happened, and I kind of wish I was watching you in the backyard. How did this start? Did you have like a rough past? Like, how did you get into this whole world of backyard fighting? Did you just find troubled people, put them together, make them go at it? Like, how did you get involved in this to start?
Good question. It's at Miami-Dade County, West Perrine, right? I grew up inside of a single-parent home just with my mother and my two brothers. I have two older twins. And my mom always said, I send you to school to get an education. I don't send you to school to get bullied, to get picked on, to get, you know, mishandled, you know? And I just always stood my ground. I stood up against the bullies. I stood up for those who couldn't stand for themselves, who couldn't speak for themselves, right? And I understood as I got older, you know, a lot of individuals, you know, they had problems, but they didn't have problem-solving skills. So I was always solving problems for everybody else. So I'm sitting back and I'm seeing a lot of my friends, you know, they're going to jail at an early age. I was never a follower, always the leader, you know, and I knew instantly what these guys have and what they didn't have. I know that they didn't have a high school diploma. They didn't have a skill. They didn't have a trade. You know what I'm saying? They can't read or write, most of them. And even if they could, they couldn't comprehend what they've read. But what they do got is 2 strikes and they're working on a 3rd.
Gotcha.
What they do got, you know what I'm saying, is trouble every time they walk out their front door. So I said to myself, I seen Kimbo, and we come from the same place. Up the street, I could have walked up the street and look up and see his complex.
Yeah, real quick.
Same school, same everything. So when he first started doing it, I instantly, and that came about clearly, you know what I'm saying, by way of accident, by chance. That's another story. But it's like, I seen the benefit in it. And we started rolling together. He got his first fight with Ray Mercer at CFFA, you know, and it took off. And I told him, I said, listen, I see what you guys are doing. I want to create a league. And this was back in 06. I said, I want to create a league that we can give everybody, regardless of the ethnicity, upbringing, you know what I'm saying, background. If they feel like they got what it takes, let them take their shot. Let them take their shot. You know, Cubans, Mexicans, albinos, Haitians, whoever feel like they got what it takes. They didn't see the vision. They told me, Dada 5,000, you're making the biggest mistake of your life.
Wow. That's wild.
If you leave Team Kimbo and pursue this, what you're doing. I asked them to this day, most of them are no longer amongst the living, you know, RIP to them, you know, Kimbo Slice, Big Sean, and there's a whole bunch of others. And I look back and I asked, and I think to myself, wow, I made the best choice, because we've sent a lot of guys pro from that backyard. They got a shot. Some of them are in the UFC. Some of them have fought in Bellator, still in Bellator, boxing, so forth like that. You know, I put these athletes inside of a position, you know what I'm saying, to showcase their skills and their talents on this level. I prided myself on getting corporate America to trade in their suits and ties for baseball hats and tennis shoes to come on down to the sunny South Florida, because I knew that we are the greatest show on earth. Not Ringling Brothers, Barnum and Bailey Circus. We are. Everybody that you see who's doing bare knuckle today, they took a page from Donna 5000's book.
Yeah, did you get?
You know what I'm saying?
Did you get?
I'm just happy to be an ambassador for the culture at this point.
Now, did you get corporate people? I'm thinking like Fight Club. Did you get like suit and tie people saying, "Hey, Dada, how do I get involved in this thing?" Because it sounds like. Of course. So it was. So when Fight Club was going on, like this was like Fight Club back in the day, right? People just going out in the back.
Listen, we were more brutal than them, but in the regards of, hey, listen, when Netflix, when we put the movie out on Netflix, it said you have to literally fight your way out of the streets. Mm-hmm. Again, most of these individuals inside the fight clubs, you know, they were not going through the hardships and the struggles that most of the athletes that came through the backyard wars. You know, this will never get duplicated. This will never get repeated. Mm-hmm. You know, and when you look at the people that came down and recorded this, it got national attention. Yeah. Millions and millions. Listen, individuals have gotten promotions. Shout out to Mike Lofty from ESPN. You know, when I told the folks, I said, listen, I got ESPN magazine coming to the backyard. They didn't believe it.
It's crazy.
And I'm like, listen, y'all see me out here, you know, doing my thing with you guys. I'm on the phones with corporate America, getting them to come out of those offices, because I'm telling them, you won't believe what we're doing down here.
That's
and
wild.
Just to show, it was mesmerizing. And when this stuff aired, they called me back. What else do you got going on? This is the highest ratings we ever had in ESPN's E60 history.
When you drop,
no one is doing it like how we was doing it back then. Mm-hmm. And now with BYB, you know, hey, shout out to my partners, Mike Vasquez, the president, CEO, you know, shout out to Pepe, you know, and everybody else. But they see the vision. They saw the vision. So now it's like it's game on. We've gone international with this. You know, March the 12th in Tampa, it's going to be catastrophic. Listen, the ratings, the fights, the leverage, the history is going through the roof. It's going to be astronomical. You know what I'm saying? What we're going to do out there in Tampa. And I say it all the time, 813, get ready for BYB.
Listen, I'm going to get into BYB in a second because I think it's fantastic what you're doing over there. The people are great. The promotion looks pretty. Everything's great about BYB, and I do want to get into that. But I still want to touch on this backyard stuff here. You're saying ESPN and all these cameras are going to go down to the backyard. How do you tell this to the people over there? You're just like, I mean, what is their reaction when you show up and say, hey, listen, there's going to be the bright lights, the cameras in the backyard. Where is this happening? What are the reaction from the people that are actually competing in this?
Listen, speechless, in awe, you know, because at the end of the day, you know, most of the folks, they've never seen nothing like that.
Sure. Inside
that environment. You know, we're down in the side of Miami that no one talks about. You see what I'm saying? They always talk about, you know, South Beach, the beautiful skies, the beaches. No, we're on the other side, the side that the tourists don't come, but it's reality to a lot of us. And we were destined to make it out, you know? So they believed in me, you know what I'm saying? And I tell them, you know what I'm saying? Believe in me, you know what I'm saying? You don't believe in air, but you know that you need air to breathe. You can't see air, but you know that you need air to breathe. You see what I'm saying? So when I started breaking it down and these people started saying, man, Dada is working twice as hard behind the scenes to give us away. And then, listen, we had Lindsey Vonn on the front cover of ESPN magazine in the backyard, right? We sold more copies that month than any month that year.
That's crazy.
At that point, Tiger Woods was dating Lindsey Vonn. And I did something for EA Sports. You know, Tiger Woods, you know, EA Sports, PGA 13. Hey, to all of your live viewers out there, you could go to YouTube and type in Tiger Woods The Rumble, and you'll see yours truly. You know, I prided myself on various things like, yo, shout out to the late, great Arnold Palmer, who I got a chance to work with. Follow what I'm saying. This is coming from a kid in the backyard.
It's wild.
That's working with Arnold Palmer, Tiger Woods, Lee Trevino. Who does that? You
That's
know,
crazy,
and they
yeah.
respected my mind. And at that point, I understood people deal with those that earn for them.
Absolutely.
You know, and in the backyard, I knew it was all mine. So the platform that I was on, I never was selfish. I always put the fighters first, put my community first. And I know if I uplift them, then I will get there as well, and I will be able to do more.
Gotcha.
You know, and in the backyard, again, we broke records. When I say, you know, the celebrities that have been back there, you know, from Terror Squad, when I tell you the celebrities that have been back there, from Terror Squad, from Timberland, from Bubba Sparks, you know, from Daddy Yankee, you know, man, we was even gonna bring Usain Bolt back there, you know? I mean, it's crazy, from basketball players, football players. Everybody understand the impact that we had in the backyard. But more importantly, you had people from all walks of life, doctors, lawyers, they would bring their kids there. They would bring their dates there. This was arguably the biggest backyard in America. ESPN voted Dada 5000 in 2010. They said that I was one of the top 10 most interestingest people to meet in the planet.
Wow.
And that's an honor that I hold true and dear to this day.
That's amazing.
You have your promoters, you have your individuals, but none of them are me. None of them come from where I come from. None of them has honed in. I become a master, you know, at this. And now that I have like-minded people with me, BYB Extreme backyard brawls, backyard bare knuckle brawls is a force to be reckoned with, you know, and we come from the backyard, the only backyard bare knuckle platform that you can research, you know, how far we've come. Full of accolades, you know, full of accolades.
So now, where's those yelling and screaming come from? Do you do this in your personal life too? Are you yelling and screaming at everybody, or is this a show? Like, be honest with me.
Nah, man, it's who I am. You know, when I'm passionate about certain things, it just come out. I just get excited, man. It just come out.
You come across as a very intelligent guy. The education, what's the highest level of education that you have?
Well, I have an Associate of Arts in education. I have Associates of Science in Business Administration, and I have a Bachelor's of Science with a major in pre-K primary education, you know, and I'm like maybe a credit away from having my Master's of Science with a major in criminal justice.
Wow.
And it's so interesting that you bring that up, but I was extremely sharp because I was a graduate, you know what I'm saying, of the streets. I knew how to survive. I knew how to maneuver. So when I mix, you know what I'm saying, my street mentality in with, you know, the books, you know, and now I'm in corporate America. You know, I've met everybody, every snake you can imagine in the backyard, I've met them. So now I can see these individuals coming, so, you know, and I went through this at a time frame that it cost me nothing but a little bit of time. And if I took a loss, it was minimum because I didn't have nothing to lose, you know? So everything, you know, it actually panned out in my favor, you know, for me to be here. It's nothing, it's no problem, it's no situation that nobody could put before me that I don't already have, you know what I'm saying, a solution or answer for, because I've already seen it at some point in time or another during my tenure and my reign of dominance in the backyard.
I tell you what, I am fascinated by this story. I could go on and on about this and ask you a gazillion questions, but I do want to fast forward a little bit before we get into the BYB stuff. I want to fast forward to the Bellator situation, the Kimbo Slice fight. I mean, now this is my, like I said, this is my introduction to you, and I was blown away by the hype to this fight. Now, finding out that you guys were actually friendly before this happened, you would never think that before you guys got into that Bellator cage over there. So what happened here? Did you call him up and say, "Hey, Kimbo, I'm gonna ramp this up. We're gonna really promote the shit out of this," or did you genuinely dislike each other at that moment?
Yeah, see, this went on way before the Bellator thing. Reminder, you know, back when he pummeled that guy on YouTube and knocked his eye out, swole his eye up. That was roughly back in the ending of 05, 06. And he done some more of the bare knuckle things. And I was rolling with them at that point. But I wasn't just a yes man. I just wasn't an entourage dude. I had my own mind, my own ambition, you know what I'm saying, and my own, you know what I'm saying, my own game plan, my own goals. I'm a part of what you're doing, but I can also think for myself. So I told them, I said, I'm going to do my own thing. They did not agree with that, you know, and they set me up on numerous occasions. I fought for them, and they never shared none of my footage, and I won every fight. And I thought that, okay, we're going to look at this like freshman type stuff. You know, he's a senior, he's about to go pro, you know, I'm a freshman or sophomore, I got to wait my turn. But that wasn't the case. They just was not going to do it, you know. And I started, you know, questioning them like, yo, when are you going to release my footage? I mean, I took a nasty hit on one of them, you know, shook it off and destroyed the guy. But, you know, I want to see where I dropped my hand at, you know, to take that. They never showed me that, so I knew that they were not for me. So when we came back from Vegas, because they were heavily inside of, you know, the porn industry as well, I made up my mind. I'm not like the rest of them. When I get back to Miami, I'm done. And I told them, you know, the best thing about a bad conversation is you never have to have it twice. They asked me, what do you mean? That's when I told them I'm walking away. So I started doing the bare knuckle on a high level at that time. So they was really coming for me. So then I figured out what was good for the gander was not good for the goose. You got this far because of the road that you took. If you wouldn't have took the route that you took, would you have been here right now? So the same route that you took was the same type that I'm going to magnify for the other individuals who feel like they could be the next Kimbo Slice. So the feud was real. Listen, I'm not the most technicalist fighter. You know, I don't have, Kimbo got into the game late. We all got into the game late. You know, I feel more comfortable standing on my feet, you know, because I know the average guy right now, they're not going to want to stand toe to toe and bang. They're going to take you to the ground. Sure. They're going to bring you into their world, you know, and with the Bellator thing, I knew what he had and I knew what he didn't have. I knew the fears that he said. I have a fear of getting kicked in the head. And I said to myself, okay, now that this is actually on, you know, he was super stoked, like, you know, this was going to be an easy win. I just got to point this out. You know, he had more experience than me. He had more skills than me, right? They had all type of crazy bets that he's going to knock me out in 30 seconds. He's going to do this. He's going to do that. Despite what really transpired, I went to the third round. Every time that I went on the ground, he took me there. He said, Dada 5,000 is going to run. I said, you've been going a long time. Yeah, I'm going to run right to you. Didn't back down. You know, true. He threw 78 shots, copy box punch that numbers. I took 57 and still stayed standing. You know, and for myself, and I want everybody to watch Dogfight Round 2 when it comes out, because Billy Corbin is a mastermind when it comes to documentaries. And this is going to shock the world when you see, you know, what really transpired, you know, at that you know, doing that fight, you know, because I knew for a fact I hit harder, I'm stronger, I'm smarter, you know, and I was going to control the narrative and I was going to finish that fight off, you know, and everybody that I faced before him, they've gotten knocked out in the first round. And again, I tell them, I say, hey, have you ever seen a gorilla fight? They say, no. I said, me neither, but I bet you it ain't pretty. So they say, well, Dada 5,000, you're fighting MMA. But I say, I'm not an MMA fighter. You know what I'm saying? But I'm fighting MMA. So therefore, I never took those titles when they say, Dada 5,000 is MMA fighter. No, you know what I'm saying? I am an individual that is fighting MMA. And I train, you know what I'm saying, with boxing. You know what I'm saying? Implications as well. You know? So I would get out there and hit you with an unorthodox punch. Yeah. You can't give me no flack because I never said that I was MMA. I never said that I was technical. I'm a savage. You know what I'm saying? I'm a problem. I'm gonna bring that pressure, you know, and I'm gonna finish you. That's what I can say, you know? And it's a lot of things happen. Yeah. I went out that fight and it wasn't because of a punch. Well, okay. You know what I'm saying? I got my potassium level was spiked through the roof and my body went to shutting down in levels. And the last thing to go was my heart. Yeah. But I stand here before you guys today 100% healthy, you know, because I was healthy going into that fight. What transpired with me, it was done to me. It wasn't natural. I had 4 guys go to Vegas. You could Google this. Bellator 149, massive shift in betting odds. I had 4 guys go to Vegas and put $6 million on Dada 5,000 during that fight. Whoa. Kimbo was up. $6 million came in on Dada. The night of the weigh-ins, everybody was like, what?
Wow.
What the heck is going on?
So
you know? And it's the same thing if I was to come back right now. He's gone. Regardless if anybody wants to accept it or whatever, the mantle has been passed. You know?
Yeah, well, I mean,
and another thing is, I'm sitting back, we did tests, you know, and RIP to him, but I just got to say this, you know, if I would have took steroids, I would have been blasted all over social media. He was riddled with steroids all through his system. He failed, that's why they overturned it. But you didn't hear nothing about that. They gave him a slap on the wrist. He was suspended here for a minute, but they were going to give him another fight in London with James Thompson, but he passed away prior to that.
Wow.
That's why. And I had, and for the record, you know, I had a 2-fight deal under the Bellator, you know, umbrella. You know, I just didn't like how things played out.
Gotcha.
You know, with me. So now that I'm better, I'm like, nah, I'm not interested. Can't make me do nothing. I'm not interested. You know, and now that we're on board with BYB, if I ever come back, it's got to be for BYB Extreme, of course.
Oh, my God. That would be something else. Kimbo Slice, a legend, but learning about you right now has just got my head spinning. Dada, if you're just jumping into the stream, this is the real Dada 5000 live with us, a bare knuckle just beast. And the Bellator fight, this Bellator fight that happened, I want to ask you about this because I want your opinion. There's so many things I want to ask, but you're very long-winded. Has anyone ever said this before, that you like to really go on and on here?
Yeah, because you know, what's interesting is this, you know, and there's no shot to the people, you know, that you know, I come across, but it's like, I just want to be clear.
I got you.
You know, because in this game, and that's one thing that when I was rolling with Kimbo, they said, is like, Dada, you got to be clear. You know, that when you say certain things, it doesn't get misinterpreted.
I understand.
That always stuck with me.
I understand exactly what you're saying here, and you got a lot to say. There's a bunch of questions I have. One off, the porn. You said you were doing porn? Back that up. What was going on with this porn thing?
No, I was a bodyguard. I was a bodyguard for Kimbo.
Okay.
And I also, they would run out like clubs, and they would have live porn going up, and I would be a bodyguard, you know, for the porn scenes as well. Hey, viewers, don't judge me. But I was a bodyguard for Kimbo, and a bodyguard for the porn scenes as well.
That's wild. So you were a bodyguard for Kimbo. It was during the porn scene. I mean, were you running around with some of these crazy women back then? Like, what was going on? Give me a good story on this.
Well, here's the thing, right? You know, the MILF Hunter, right? MILF. Moms I like to F. Yeah. Right? I was good still with all of these individuals. And to actually sit back and see this stuff, you know, unfold, no, I've never participated, you know, inside of it. I was just security, you know, to make sure that everything stays, you know what I'm saying, copacetic, that everything goes without hits. But I've seen a lot of stuff, a lot of wild stuff.
Oh, I could only imagine. And now let's fast forward back to the Bellator thing. I heard things saying that you died twice. Is this so? What happened here? You had a heart attack while at the end of this event? Is that what happened at the end of the Bellator event? Like, explain that for me, please.
No. You know, and before I answer that, I just got to say this. You know, I'm really good friends with Deontay Wilder. Shout out to Deontay. When Deontay said, you know, I want to go out on my shield, and he did in that third fight, you know, I said to myself, you know, coming from where I come from, you ain't going to give up. You're not going to take a knee. You're not going to back down. You're not going to quit, because you're not going to have a home to come home to if you do any of those things.
Sure.
So for myself, I was having a heart attack. I was going into cardiac arrest before I even went into the ring. Anybody that's out there that knows me, right? They see my eyes was big, they was glossy, I'm looking at Booker T, WWE Hall of Famer, shout out to him, you know, and I'm looking at Booker, and you know how you do this? I'm like, I'm pointing at you like I see you. This hand is going way back here, you know? And I was stoked. Coming into that fight, I'm inside the dressing room, man, I'm gonna knock this dude out, you know, man, bringing that energy. It takes one of us to beat one of us. So I'm sitting back there and I'm really, really feeling it. Sold out, massive arena, millions watching around the world. I'm ready. So you tell me I'm not gonna show up and show out when I've done far more for far less? The card was stacked against me. Soon as I signed my name on the dotted line, it was stacked against me. You know, I took the fight.
Wow.
You can, and I say this to you and your viewers, you can only be affected by those that have access to you. The people that had access to me was the closest ones to me. I came in now, these ready. I walked to that damn ring, literally a zombie.
Wow. That's wild.
Literally. You know, and I'm gonna tell you something. Everything that happened, I'm glad it happened when it happened. And I'll tell you why. I went into that ring and I knew I was gonna outpower him. I knew I was stronger than him, and I knew I could not be knocked out. And I threw that first kick out there just to create distance so he know I will kick. So he wasn't gonna be so eager to run in. And I ran him back into the cage. And he scooped me. I'm thinking, I thought we was gonna use these. And when he scooped me down, I'm here. I turn to the right, to the left, it's cage. I wasn't thinking. If I would have turned him to the right, I would have powered up off of him and I would have finished him. I would have finished him in the first round. But when I turned him to the left, he stuck his foot out. Mm-hmm. And that's what stopped me from turning him over. But if I'd have turned it to the right, too strong, and it didn't take effect on me 100% at that time, I would have powered him up and I would have beat him. I don't party, I don't go out, I don't club. You know, so what I would have did after that fight, I would have wanted to go back to the hotel room, let everybody that came with me go out and party, and they would have found me dead.
Wow.
When they came back. Because what would have happened, it was already in my system. It happened at the right time that I had immediate medical attention. Mm-hmm. If I would have went in the back of that locker room, listen, my potassium level, the doctor said, listen, I would have had to eaten 2,000 bananas to get my potassium level to that height. I would have went to that back room, I would have died. By the time the paramedics would have got to me, I would have been dead. I went back to that hotel room, I'd have laid down. I would have died, you know? So God works in mysterious ways, you know? And I just thank God it was wrong, you know what I'm saying, how everything transpired. But, you know, I just thank God that I was in a position that I received medical attention. And for the viewers, I was in Herman Memorial Herman, underneath an alias for a month. I had to take dialysis.
Wow, man.
Everything shut down. And that fight, I went into severe dehydration because of the potassium.
Yeah. I
don't even eat bananas like that.
Wow.
And then my body started shutting down. I went into renal failure, you know what I'm saying, which was rhabdomyolysis. I knew I was in trouble. If anybody go back to that fight, they had to literally push me up off the stool.
Yeah. So,
but one thing I didn't do, I never gave up. I was willing to die in that ring. And that's what I did. I was gonna swing until my star burned out. And whatever happened, it happened. I don't back down, I don't quit, I don't give up. I see what it's like on the other side. And I made it back. Not too many could do that and come back and tell the tale. I'm back with a vengeance.
That's crazy.
Anybody that ever step in front of me again, you know what I'm saying? Man, listen, they have no idea. Call me Legion because many resides within.
This is bonkers, man. This is so wild. So they did a medical before you fought, though, correct? Didn't they do a medical test? Did they check you out? I mean, how do they miss something like this?
Here's the thing. Here's the thing, right? And it's so crazy. I was healthy. See, one thing for the viewers out there that don't really understand how it goes, when you're on board with a Big Ten, promotions company, you get checked out by your own doctors in your own hometown. They don't take on that liability.
Oh,
so
really?
I had my own doctors here, as we all do in different cities, different states. We send down medical records, and if our doctors say we're good to go, then the promotions, the company, they take that because these are credible, replicable, doctors. So I was good. I checked out, what I'm saying? EKG, physical, everything, I'm good to go. What transpired with me transpired while I was in Houston, and we heard, hey, when Tyson Fury, fought Deontay Wilder, and Tyson Fury inside of a press conference said, I want some water. After after the fight. And one of his guys gave it to him and he said, where did you get that from? And he said, oh, right there. He said, no, I don't want that. I don't want that. Listen, with myself, this was injected or digested from what medical, stated. How many people get on dialysis and get off without a transplant? Right? They either get a transplant or they die. I was healthy from the get-go. What happened to me, it happened to me, when I was in, Houston. And, I'm not throwing fault, because he's no longer here, but my story is my story. And for those that's out there, if I wanted to sue, I would have been sued him. You see what I'm saying? So I'm real, I'm 100% straight up and down. It was over. I went out there, everything transpired. I'm still here. RIP to him and his family. They're gone, not saying that this, that, or the third, but I'm just sitting back and I'm just like, yo, it's a blessing. It's a blessing to still be here and to be able, to move on and continue, to push the envelope.
We just did a magic trick. This is my co-host, Jesse, over here. She's with us. My name is Chris, by the way. I didn't say that earlier because we had technical difficulties. But so are you saying that there could be foul play before this fight happened? Or am I
100%, man.
Wow.
Man, listen. I'm a month star. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, I'm benching over 600 pounds. You know what I'm saying? I have an IQ level of a genius, basically, and I do my research on everything. People know what they're up against. And I know, again, I'm not a technician, I'm not this, but I do know my strengths. I'm gonna neutralize your strengths and I'm gonna expose your weaknesses. And you're going out, And of course, that's exactly what I'm saying. But, I just left it at that and we didn't even take it any further. But I know when something was off with me and my body.
Mm-hmm.
I know this, and everybody had me down to lose. Everybody. It's no mystery.
That's wild.
You had guys that knew something to go put $6 million on me, and I've had superstar. Listen, it's not a star that you can name that's not in my phone contacts, And when I call these individuals, I get the best tutelage through words of wisdom, that you could possibly imagine. And I implement that within me. When you look at every superhero that you see, from Thor, from He-Man, from Captain America, from Superman, we all know them. So I take a piece from all of these superpowers. I take all of their strengths and none of their weaknesses. I implement all of that within myself. So how could I be defeated when I got a part of you in me? That's the philosophy. That's the mind frame that I have, And again, we're just gonna keep it. We're just gonna keep it pushing, And I get 1,000 emails, bro. Like, every week I get like, no joke, hundreds of emails. Dada, when are you coming back? Dada, when are you gonna do this? When are you gonna do that? You know, so could it be that Dada 5000 is being brought back by popular, you know what I'm saying, demand? Because at the end of the day, I'm not just for the people, you know what I'm saying? I'm for the betterment of sports and entertainment.
I got to say, I could go on and on about this Bellator thing, but let me move on to BYB. So are you saying right now, is this an announcement? Are you saying you will come back to the BYB triangular shaped ring? Is this happening?
Of course it's happening. Of course it's happening. You know what I'm saying? And it's happening, you know what I'm saying, sooner than you think. You got to keep one thing in mind. You just talked about this lustrous hairstyle. Let me move it a little bit like this here so the people can see it, right? What are these? These are upside down triangles, right? Upside down triangles. Not squares, not rectangles, triangles. Not circles, triangles. Now, a triangle is the most dominant shape in the hemisphere. But we took the triangle and we took it from the bracket that it was in, and then we put it where it belongs. You got the nanogon, the helptagon, the pentagon, all these gons. Now we have the trigon, which is the mightiest of them all. So we call it the mighty trigon. So now that we have the mighty trigon, you know, and look, I've been formulating on this since 07. I've been wearing this hairstyle. This is how long, you know what I'm saying, I've been on the cusp of greatness. You know, I can't sit back. I have a team of great individuals, you know, and now we've come together, you know what I'm saying, like the Autobots. You know, now we're Optimus Prime, Dada 5000, Mike Vasquez, Jose Pepe, you know, and the rest of the team. My brothers, you know, look at our, you know, commentary team. Mike Goldberg, Bellator, UFC veteran. Al Bernstein, you know, Paulie Maldonado, Claudio Torres, Benny Ricardo, Ryan Davis, you know? Yes. So it's like, we're here. We've arrived. You know, we're not for play. We're real, we're raw, we're authentic. You can't mention bare knuckle anything nowhere in the world if Dada 5000 name and BYB is not coming up beside your opening sentence.
I apologize, me and my co-host, we found some of it funny because you are a fantastic promoter. I mean, one of the best we've ever had on this show. But this triangular shaped ring, we found out that like Triller stole the idea from you guys and they're running with this shit. What is an update on this situation? I mean, you guys started this.
I would tell you like this. Good question. We have our legal team. You know, they're on it, and we're protecting our brand and our intellectual properties, you know, at all costs. And when you look at, you know, Triller, you know, it's a no-brainer why they wouldn't want to take it. It's the most dominant fighting form on the planet. And an African-American named Dada 5000 started it inside of a backyard in sunny South Florida, 305 Miami-Dade County, right? When you look at every crave, every slang, every hip-hop dance, it comes from the streets.
Yes.
It comes from the street, corporate America taking it, and they run with it. You know, we are the heartbeat. They say Chevy is the heartbeat of America. Listen, the streets is the heartbeat of the universe. Most of these individuals, they will never come down to Perrine. They will never know what it's like to walk down 179th Street in Miami, Florida, Perrine.
I wouldn't. I'd be terrified.
You know?
Yeah.
Listen, I mean, it's a rough sector, you know? It's a rough sector. I wouldn't sit here and say it's not, you know? So it's like you have to have skills to even be able to maneuver about it. And the people know, and the people that are from where I'm talking about, they know I'm telling the truth, so they know I'm not lying.
Yeah.
Most don't come no further than South Beach. It's life on the other side. And that's where we come from, you know? But, you know, we're doing a lot of good down here, you know, and we're changing lives.
I love what you're doing. I've been keeping my eye on your events, and they're great production. It's very unique. I love how you have the corners where people are getting trapped in there. There's nonstop action. Love watching that. I love you because when I was a kid, let me tell you a little story about me. When I was a kid, my mom dressed me up as Mr. T. Now, you can imagine that's probably not a good thing for a skinny white guy like myself dressing up as Mr. T. Were you influenced by Mr. T with this whole, you know, the look and everything like that?
I like Mr. T with the A-team and so forth like that, you know, and I said I wanted to be different. And I said I'm a warrior. So it's like for me to come across, you know, with the mohawk, right? I needed to be strapped on because I couldn't afford to get it knocked off. You know what I'm saying? In combat.
Yeah. Well, you're
so it's like, you know, I put down the connections.
Yes.
That's fastened to the beard. You know, I mean, the ideology behind it is crazy. You know, my real name is The Fear.
Okay.
That's DHAFIR. You ready for the name flips?
Yeah,
I put the fear of God in my opponents. I see the fear all in your eyes, right? Creative minds never take a day off, ever, right? So for myself, they say, well, okay, where did Dada come from? Because my name is The Fear, but a lot of people could not pronounce The Fear. They called it everything else. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna make it easier for the world. Right
there you go.
Dada, right? 5,000. And where did the 5,000 come from? Because I was light years ahead of my time with the things that I was doing, the concepts that I was putting out, the creativity, you know what I'm saying, that I was mustering up, that was impacting the world from a small room inside of a small greenhouse in Miami-Dade County, Florida. And I said, I got the power, the change, you know, to what it is, 278,000 light years ahead of the game. So I still have a lot of work to do. So you mentioned Dada 5,000. Long after I'm dead and gone, people will be mentioning Dada 5,000. See, I don't hustle for my first name. I hustle for my last, because the last shall live on, and that's Harris. You know. So for me, it's all about, you know, hey, what could I do to impact humanity? And to go down inside the history books as one of the best ones who done it. We all have a shelf life. When you look at canned goods, when you look at, you know, products in stores, if they don't sell by a certain date and time, they get discarded. It's the same thing with us, you know?
Yeah.
So I have a time frame to execute greatness, you know, and to help as many people as I possibly can along the way.
And you are doing that with this promotion over here. And I love the fact that that's straps holding your hair down. That's amazing. I think I got to start doing that. I don't know if I could do it as nice as yours, but I'm going to copy your style one day and get some straps. Would you be cool with that if I had some straps as well?
Of course, man.
Yes.
You know, I want to say a couple things. You know, this is coming soon, hopefully this year, for Halloween costume.
I'll do it.
And we have a couple other projects
that
I've been working on. You know, we have a couple other projects that I've been working on, you know, that's gonna shock the world, you know. And when you look at everything that we're doing at BYB, you know, it's so much more to come. We're just getting started. Like, we help so many people live out their dreams, you know. No politics, no artificial flavors, no additives, no preservatives. If you got what it takes, we're willing to give you a shot if you meet the requirements. We have Mel Venezuela, the matchmaker. You know, he's doing a great job of putting these fight cards together, you know, and we have a superstar production team. You know, we have everything that we need, you know, and the best is yet to come.
I'm showing BYB right now on Instagram over here. And now let me just get this straight. You are the promoter, owner, like, what is your position in this world of BYB? It's your baby?
Yeah, I wear many hats. So I am a owner. I am the founder, right? And I am a promoter.
Okay.
You know, but I understand my stronghold is on the ground with the troops, you know, because the foundation is only, the foundation is, I mean, the building is only as strong as the foundation that it was built upon. I'm a hands-on guy. So when you look at, you know, successful businessmen, Mike Vasquez, NASCAR, Big Tobacco, you know, so forth like that, very, very sharp dude, you know, when I partnered up with him, it was like, it was only so far that I went as far as I could go in the backyard, you know, and we won accolades, we won nominations, we won trophies, but now we got to get to that level that we can impact lives on a global scale. And he was the guy that came on board that was in a position to do that. And we've been cool ever since, moving mountains. They say if you have faith the size of a grain of a mustard seed, you know what I'm saying, you can move mountains. And that's just what we're doing, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to Mike Vasquez, who's the president and CEO, you know, of BYB Extreme. You know, I'm the founder, you know what I'm saying, owner and promoter. You know, so when it comes down to, you know, having to, you know, getting down to it, that's why the helmet is on.
Okay.
You know, because I'm one of the first ones on the ground with boots on the ground, because I don't have to give an introduction of who I am when I walk into any dojo, any MMA camp, anywhere in the United States. They already know, oh, shoot, that's Dada. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I know my position. I know my strengths, but I can also, because I'm educated, right, maneuver on any level of the playing field.
Do you feel that, I mean, there's a lot of promotions out there. BKFC is going crazy right now. Do you feel there's enough room for everyone, or are you looking to just take it all over? Like, what's going on with BYB?
I'm not in the business to become second best. And I got to say this, you know, a lot of these promotions are lucky. Because if I had it my way and I was that same dude from the backyard, I would have destroyed all of them with facts. When you get on board and you're bringing other trailblazers and business-minded individuals, everybody has their own, you know, ideology on how you should do things. So I listen. I'm a great listener, so that allows me to be an even better speaker. But I got to say this since you brought it up. I don't get the passes that everybody else gets. Again, if I'd have took steroids at Bellator, I'd have been hung and run out to dry. These are just facts. Other people, they get a slap on the wrist, so they'll forget about it in a day or two. When you look at it, just look at some of the stuff, and you know what I'm about to say next is the truth. Oh, we just signed Mike Tyson. Shannon Briggs, we just got Shannon Briggs and Mike Tyson to fight. Oh, we just brought out the Iranian Hawk. Oh, we're doing this. Oh, what do you want to do? You want to take bare knuckle worldwide? You get with Mr. Worldwide. Show the picture of Pitbull. You get up a picture of the champ, Fury. You say, hey, Fury says that he'll take Anthony Joshua for 20K. I mean, for 20 million, and bare knuckle. Right? None of this stuff has ever come to fruition, right? I don't know how many times a guy or a group of individuals could put out fictitious content or information, never get called out on it, do it multiple times, and people have short memory. Let me get out there one time and tell a lie. Oh man, they're gonna hang me out to dry. These are facts. Anything you hear Dada 5000 or BYB Extreme say is 100% facts. We don't have that wiggle room to say things just for clout or likes or fanfare. If we said it's happening. So when you say, hey, they're out there, yeah, they're out there, but they're out there, you know what I'm saying, fooling the public. They're out there just for temporary gain. Yeah, they've gotten a lot of superstars to come through, but they come through and they keep going. They're still looking for a face over there. They don't have one. They don't have one. Listen, we pride ourselves on quality over quantity. Yeah, y'all may have done more shows than me, but y'all ain't got the skills to throw them ratings out there like me. And when you have something to compare something to, then you can see the difference. We have thousands of fighters on our roster. It's to the point now that if you lose, we can't even say when you'll be back at this point, you know? And that's because people see. Listen, I'm the same person yesterday that I was, I was the same person today that I was yesterday, last week, last month, last year. I say what I mean and I mean what I say. You cannot find nobody to say anything, you know what I'm saying, about Dada 5000 that's not uplifting. That he isn't a stand-up guy and he's not inside your best interest. Because I am, you know, and I am today, and again, I am today, you know what I'm saying, that same person. Now I have a platform that I can stand on and that I can help more people, you know? Listen, I have strong knees and an even stronger back because I'm gonna carry the game of bare knuckles on my shoulder. Hey, carry the game of bare knuckles on my shoulder. Right into the Himalayas. No one on the planet is doing it like how we're doing it at BYB Extreme. No one on the planet has the resume. Everybody say, hey, listen, well, we got hit with a cease and desist. You can't show it. I can show mine. But I ain't just saying I was a problem for the folks for real. And why was I a problem? Because I choose to change lives and uplift the culture. It never was about me. I'm not a selfish person.
Dada, BYB has a clear advantage with you as the front man. I mean, you...
Hold on for me. Hey, could you turn that off, please?
Okay. Do you hear me? Dada, do you hear us talking? Uh-oh. Do you hear us?
Hold on one second.
Okay. We are live with Dada 5000. I mean, what an interview. This is crazy stuff over here talking about BYB, a little of the Bellator extravaganza, the backyard days. Crazy, crazy stuff. Loving it.
How long does it take for it to power off? Okay, sorry about that. We're back.
No worries. You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so I was saying BYB is at a clear advantage with you as the front man. I mean, there is no question. You are definitely a highlight of the organization. There is no other promoter that has the look, the sound, the charisma as Dada 5000. So you're saying you're going to carry this organization on your shoulders over the finish line in first place. You're going to be the bare knuckle organization, or are you going to be the biggest combat sport organization in the world?
Of course, absolutely. Again, I'm not involved with anything to come in second place. You know what second place means? Second place means you're the first one to lose. So because second place means you're the first one to lose, no, that's not what I'm signing up for. And it doesn't matter what promoter on the planet. And I'm going to even go so far to say it could be in boxing, it could be in MMA, it could be in bare knuckle. Nobody can stand next to me. You give me a fraction of their resources, I will outbest them on my worst day. They don't have that it factor. They're basic. They're generic. You need a prescription for this. You can't get this. You can't get this over the counter. You need a prescription for this, you know? So for me being the person that I am and having the wisdom, knowledge, and tutelage, and to have the business acumen that I have, you know, it's like it's only a matter of time. Not only do I have, you know, the leverage over them, you know, when it comes down to understanding, you know what I'm saying, how the business works, I got that out the gate, but I also get inside them myself.
Yeah.
You know, I'm the guy to beat. So this is more or less like a quadruple threat. Dana ain't getting in no ring. Scott Coker ain't getting in no ring. Don King ain't getting in no ring. Bob Arum ain't getting in no ring. You know? None of these dudes are getting in the ring. You know? And even the guys like Floyd, they'll get in there, but with exhibitions. He ain't gonna fight another animal. Too much to lose. It's not gonna happen. So these guys, they want that easy money now. They want that easy money. Shout out to them. Guys like Floyd, he done enough. So they're gonna pay you $100 million for an exhibition against a YouTuber? Why not take it? Never look a gift horse in the mouth. Me, on the other hand, hey, I really got it out the mud. Like, you can't make this up. You can't make this up.
I can't wait.
And again, when you look at everything that we've done, anything that I've stated, you could Google it, you could research it, you could fact find it. Nobody else could say that. You can't track their catalog, you know, back from the time of conception to now. They're just getting a taste. We're just getting started. People are being extreme. We're the biggest, we're the largest. And when I say we're the biggest and we're the largest, you know, I mean as far as, you know what I'm saying, the ingenuity and the creativity that we have, that we're about to, you know what I'm saying, like put out there. You know, we're here for the people. We're here to build this organization. You know what I'm saying? We're not engulfed in politics, you know? We're not so much, oh, you have to be the right size, the right color, the right height, the right this. No. If you got what it takes, we're willing to give you a shot.
Love it.
On the main stage. Nobody else can say that. Listen, I'm one of the coolest, most humblest, down-to-earth dudes on the planet. I never turned nobody down for a picture or autograph, and I done took tens of thousands. Because I know without the people, Dada 5,000, you know what I'm saying? I mean, does he really matter? Because the people is what made me me.
Absolutely.
From the ground up. So again, I never can forget where I come from. Nor the people that helped me get there.
So okay, you said you're returning. Are you coming back in March? Is that when you're gonna return, or is it gonna be another date?
It's gonna. You're good. You're good. Listen, I was ready. Truth be told, I was ready in December. I was ready for December 17th in Miami. You know, but we had a couple people on the team that kind of, you know, misled certain procedures. Okay. You know, and it slowed up a lot of time. But now that we've rectified that, you know, we're going out to Tampa. You know, no, I won't be a part of that. Okay. You know, but look to see me anytime after that. You know, and it's gonna be a treat for the fight fans worldwide. Don't miss it. Tune in, set your timer, you know what I'm saying? Save the date, you know what I'm saying? History is in the making, Dada 5,000, you know what I'm saying? Destined for greatness. And guess what? You know, I'm carving a niche out, a path that others can actually, you know what I'm saying, say, hey, listen, I fought on the card with Dada, you know? It's an honor. Because when I suit up for battle, you know what I'm saying? They know it's gonna be a war. I don't pick easy fights. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I'm that guy. I'm a warrior for real. You know what I'm saying? And to be the best, you got to beat the best. I understand there's a lot of people out there that do what they do. I'm not one of them. The place that I come from, you can't make this up. Either you got it or you don't.
Well, listen, this is a lot. This is a lot here, Jesse. I mean, so are we going to hear an announcement on, if we tune in 312 BYB, are you getting on that mic and making an announcement? Or is there going to be something happening where you're going to say, hey, I am fighting on the next card or something? Is there going to be like a date thrown at that event?
Of course, we already got it. We already got a date.
Okay.
I tell you the place.
All right.
Mississippi, Biloxi, Mississippi.
Ooh.
And the date is coming. The date is coming soon. I know I got it inside my notes, you know, and it's gonna be crazy. I got a great team that's working with me, you know, as far as trainers, stuff like that, you know, and I'm coming back to do damage. And I'm gonna reign for the next couple years, you know, and then I'll go on, you know, and hang it up. And again, you know, and this is for everybody that's out there that's listening, you know. You have 8 billion people on this planet. And out of 8 billion people, maybe 10 can whoop Dada 5000 on any given day. But for the other 7,999,000, blah, 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 blah people, it's game over. I'm that guy. Out of 8 billion, maybe 10. You got a lot of people to say, hey, I'm one of the 10, until they're getting rushed to the ER on a gurney. I done been hurt before in the worst way. I'm not going back down that road. You have no idea what you're signing up for. And if you're doing it for the money, thinking that it's a big payday, good luck, because you're not going to enjoy spending it. At least not immediately.
There you go. Well, Dada, listen, I can keep you here all day, but I mean all night. It's getting late right now. If you have a second, though, we have donations that came in. These are generated messages that people are sending to you. So put your ear right up close to that camera over there. We're going to play some stuff for you, and I just want to get your response to some of the fans. How's that sound?
I'm here for it.
Okay, here we go. This is the first message.
Wonderful,
this is from the Glove Touch.
Dada 5000 was my favorite interview. Every time someone at school asks me about what I do, I always pull up the Dada 5000 interview. See you at BYB9, brother.
That's from Glove Touch. I don't know if you remember that interview. Young man, 16 years old?
Yes, I do. Actually, that was at BYB 8 in Miami. And I remember that young kid, and I remember, Kendall Volker, she came up to me and she made my acquaintance, and, she walked me over to him, and I definitely remember him, and I remember that interview. Thank you very much. Listen, I try to put my best foot forward and give 100% of me every time. I never get tired. Even when I'm tired, you'll never know it. Because, I work for the people. I don't do it for myself. I ain't do it for myself in the backyard, and I'm not doing it for myself on this platform.
And, Kendall is a great gal. Glove Touch is a great gal. Big Mo reached out to us, and he says hello as well. The mega announcer that you guys have. What do you think about Big Mo?
Hey, listen. Shout out to Big Mo. That dude came on like a whirlwind, and he provided a fresh breath of air. He's top tier, and he should be named, right up there with Michael Buffer and Bruce Buffer. He's young, he's energetic, he has his own niche, his own style. He's full of energy, he's exciting, and he's fun to watch. Shout out to Big Mo. Can't wait to see your brother at BYB 9 in Tampa, Florida. We're going to bring the house down. We're going to light up the sky like it's the 4th of July. Let's get it.
He's such a great guy, and what a talent, right? Young man, bigger than life, got a great voice. You got yourself a stud over there, right?
Definitely.
So
definitely, and he rocks sunglasses at night. How cool is that?
That is pretty cool. We're gonna play one more donation that slipped in over here. This is from
Super Chat.
This is from Good Luck, and it says,
"Rest in peace, Kimbo Slice."
So no ill will. Kimbo Slice passes. No ill will to Kimbo Slice, correct?
No. Listen. I knew that, listen, we're both from Bahamas. We both, was raised up in Paran. We both went to R.R. Moulton Elementary, Palmetto Senior High School. I used to go up the street and we used to race on the road bare feet till I would burn holes in my feet, right? So at the end of the day, it's like, it was the business. It wasn't him. His loyalty ultimately started to lie with those that were paying him. It wasn't personal for me. I knew that, the business corrupted him, and they were the ones who was telling him to not come back to the hood. And like I stated, coming back to the hood, leaving the hood is what we do. You get money. Hey, if you need to better your lifestyle and, take care of your family, that's great. There's not a problem with that. But come back once in a while. It's not about your money. Talk to the kids. that say, I want to be such and such, such and such, right? They're emulating your videos, you know? Hey, listen, once you get on various levels, you don't really pay for much. Everything is free. Come back to the schools, talk to the kids, you know? Bring out some computers, some books. You know, you don't have to pay for them. They'll get donated to you. Forget the grown folks. The kids are the leaders of our tomorrow. Invest in them. That's what my issue, you know, was. I'm still here. Every day, people see me in Paran. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it could be done because I'm doing it. So it's like, no, it's no ill will, you know, towards him, you know. I mean, I haven't seen his brother Didi in a while, you know. Kimbo, cool dude. The business got the best of him, you know. But I'm proud of everything that he's done, his accomplishments that he's made. And I told the world, I said, I give him his flowers while he was still there. You know what I'm saying? I said it wouldn't be no Dada 5000 if it wasn't for Kimbo Slice. I said that. He was here, alive, to hear me say that. I just took it further than he took it. But I still give him his flowers and I give him his credit. He done his part. Now it's time for me to do my part. And after me, somebody's gonna do their part. And so on and so on and so on. My thing is to make the most out of my tenure while I'm here on earth, you know, and to say that I stood for something, I made a contribution, you know, to a sport, you know, that was here before all others. Before boxing and MMA, it was bare knuckle. Bare knuckle was around. This stuff been going on since the Roman Colosseum days, when the kings and queens used to have the noble subjects and the warriors duke it out for their enjoyment, sometime to the death. I didn't make this stuff up, neither did Kimbo Slice, neither the other individuals that was doing it around the world in seclusion and hiding. But one thing I can say, I've gained more notoriety. I've educated the world about the culture. You know, I've brought it to the forefront more than anybody the past 7,500 plus years before me. I got it on my arm. No fear. No fear. What is fear? False evidence appearing real. I jumped out there head first because I'm not a scary person. I'm willing to jump off the porch, go up the street, round the block, down the corner, onto the turnpike. And you can't stop me. A lot of people, they just talking. And when it come down to it, you know what I'm saying? They'll give you an excuse. They'll pull out. I was willing to die. I went out on my shield. I didn't make no excuses. Even though I was under the circumstances that I was under, no matter what hand I was dealt, I knew I was in trouble in that second round. I would have never taken a knee. I would have never given up. You know what I'm saying? Never. So what they don't understand is I'm something totally different, you know? And the world is about to see that in a minute. Like I don't see it. I don't see it. And Mike them got to tell me all the time, it's like, yo, Dada, you get too hyped, you get too aggressive. I say, because it's coming from here. It's coming from the heart. Because if I say it, I mean it. Whoever signed their name on that dotted line, you know what I'm saying? Listen, after I destroy you, then you know what I'm saying, we could be all right. But the fight start when you sign your name on that contract. I'm really at you and I'm gonna make it real uncomfortable, like a tie around the neck of a cheap suit that was designed for you. And you gotta wear it. And you gotta wear it. And when you look at Dada 5000, when you look at BYB Extreme, and I say it all the time, we are the gray area between MMA and boxing. If I'm not mistaken, Triller took that too. BYB Extreme, when it comes to bare knuckle, we make the weekends. March the 12th is gonna be catastrophic. Bombs are gonna be bursting in the air. You know what I'm saying? like the national anthem. Dada 5,000. I'm just a pioneer that's playing his part, an ambassador for the culture, you know? And I'm one of the most noblest people. I would have said humble until I found out what the definition of humble is. You know, I'm just grounded. I'm cool as ice, cooler than the other side of the pillow, you know, and I'm just here to do my part, you know, and if people got a problem with that, then so be it, because I'm not stopping, you know, and it's nothing that can be thrown my way that I don't have a remedy for, you know. And we're gonna be the largest bare knuckle platform, you know what I'm saying, on God's green earth. You know, we pride ourselves on quality over quantity. Nobody is doing it how we're doing it. We got the best commentary team. We're starting to get a roster full of, you know what I'm saying, top tier fighters, you know, and everybody's getting on board. Everybody's getting on board. It's a dream.
I love it, man. I love this interview. I love you. I love BYB. This is fantastic stuff over here. You're losing your voice, man. We got to, I mean, you're screaming and yelling at us for hours here. It's been amazing. Do you have a family? Do you have a wife and kids?
Yeah. No, I'm not married. I'm not married yet.
Okay.
I do have kids, and they're pretty much just like me. I mean, it's like, you know, they're listen, we're all confrontational, but inside of a good way, you know. And aside from my kids, I gotta talk about a niece that I have, right? And when you look at a lot of these guys on social media, I have a niece that she made a face so scary. You know, it literally petrified me one day when we was riding, and I told her, you know what I'm saying, no. And every time I hear some of these tough guys, I go back to that face and I be like, man, I got a niece that scared me more than you guys, you know? And at the end of the day, it's like, for me to have the vision, for me to have the intel, for me to have the wisdom, the knowledge, you know what I'm saying, and to be able to roll it out to the public and tie it together like a pair of shoestrings and make it make sense, hey, the world is in trouble. And I got a whole bunch of people, you know what I'm saying, that's on board with the king. See, I ain't got on that hat, you know, but I got on the hat. We got a bunch of them. They're coming out on the website. Y'all stay tuned. They're going to be at the March fight, you know what I'm saying? They got the king, you know, and March 12th, you know what I'm saying? Listen, everybody that feel they got what it takes, fans, supporters, or whatever, if you think that you got what it takes to bang with some of these familiar faces that you see on the internet, then come see the king. Come on down to see the king, and I'm going to lead you inside the right direction. You know, and we're going to do what we got to do. We're going to keep it pushing, and we're going to keep making history. We're going to move the needle, you know, and March 12th, get your tickets at bybtickets.com, bybtickets.com, or you can get them at the facility, you know what I'm saying, March 12th in Tampa, Florida, all night long. We're dropping bombs, and guess what? Every fight will be a finish. Nothing in the mighty Trigon ring. March the 12th, Tampa, Florida, is going the distance.
Dada 5,000, thank you so much for coming on. I can't wait to watch March 12th. This is going to be a fantastic card. Appreciate you stopping by, and all the best with this company, man. Can't wait to talk to you again.
Hey, and last but not least, and appreciate you guys for having me. Last but not least, hey, listen, all of your fans out there, subscribe to BYB Extreme YouTube channel. Hit that notification bell. You know what I'm saying? Like, comment, share, subscribe. Follow BYB YouTube. BYB Instagram at BYB Extreme. All across the board. Subscribe to the Real Dada 5000. You know what I'm saying? YouTube channel. See a lot of vintage combat that we put out there from the bare knuckle. Also, the Real Dada 5000. On YouTube, Facebook, all across the board. Thank you guys for having me.
You're the man. Have a great night, Dada. There he is.
You too now.
Dada 5,000 live on the MMA-Holes. What do you think, friends? Wow. Powerful stuff here. Jesse. Wow.
Great interview, Moss.
Might have been one of the most intense, emotional, and just, you know, just, you know, just, 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 interesting. I don't know any other word to say, but I mean, it was something else. He was something else.
It was a great interview.
He got into his past with the bare knuckle fights. If you missed it, run it back, man. Let us know in the comment section down below what you think. Got into Bellator. Just a quick story before we got started. So we were having trouble. He was supposed to come on Skype, and then we had to switch it to Zoom. And then when we synced that up finally, he couldn't hear us. So the reason you saw him leaning in, there was something wrong with the audio or something. We saw him good. We heard him good. But he couldn't hear us. So, you know, I would have interjected more, but he couldn't hear a damn thing we were saying unless he put his ear right up to the phone. So it was a little tricky to navigate through it. All things said, I think he covered everything. I mean, he basically ran through his uprise to BYB. And I got to say this, the promo at the end, that was a good promo for BYB. I want to see it now. And now he's getting back in there. He's going to fight again at 44 years of age. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I'm excited. I mean,
it's going to happen.
Of course
again.
I'm excited to see it.
Holy cow, man. Amazing stuff. What a guy. What a guy. I mean, we're going to get to the other donations. We have more things to talk about, so let's play these donations real quick, and we'll run through the stories. But wow.
Wonderful, wonderful.
What a night.
JBH trying so fucking hard not to die laughing right now. I'm so happy I'm watching this behind a screen where nobody can see me because I'm literally crying of laughter at the moment. Fuck me dead lol. D priceless. He's 1,000 light years ahead of game.
He is. Yeah, we kind of lost it a couple of times, not going to lie.
Well,
He was hilarious.
I wasn't laughing at him. I was just laughing because like there were some things that he said that I found funny, but I don't think that he meant for it to be funny, so I felt it would probably be inappropriate for me to be laughing. So I had to excuse myself for a brief moment to recollect my thoughts.
We try to be as professional as possible, but this is not a very professional show. Listen, I mean, I think he kind of understood. I mean, the guy was yelling and screaming at us, for God's sakes. I mean, what are we going to do? Sit there and just, I mean, eventually we're going to start laughing, right? So he did laugh a little bit, but he's hilarious. I mean, maybe, I don't know if he's meant to be hilarious or not. I mean, he said he's got the strap to hold his hair down. I mean, that's where it got me. I was like, he just
there were
fucking
a couple
say that.
things that he said that
His
like,
lines were fucking priceless.
But he was so serious when he said it. I thought for sure if he caught me laughing that he would be like offended. So I was like, oh fuck, I gotta excuse me. I was like praying to God. I was literally praying to God on the side to get me to stop laughing so I could finish the rest of the interview.
Yeah, I don't think he took anything to, no pun intended, to heart. But the story about the him being he thinks it was like foul play before he got into that Bellator cage is fascinating. You know, that whole thing
I
is
didn't hear
nuts.
that whole. I just like walked in towards the tail end of that.
Yeah, that's nuts, man. If you we went back and watched I mean, listen, I laughed incredibly hard the first time I saw that Bellator fight. I didn't know what the hell I was watching. It was amazing. Then I watched it again today, and I still chuckled. Don't get me wrong, I did chuckle. But knowing the story behind it, it adds so much depth to it and makes you understand it way more and appreciate the fight more. You know, going back, I kind of want to watch it a third time now, you know, knowing what we know.
Ah, super chat.
He's a fascinating guy. Gabriel, thank you for the 5. Appreciate that, my friend. Thank you guys for the donations. You guys are awesome. Shout out to Kendall. She set it up. So shout out to Kendall. And
I saw what Kendall said in the chat, by the way.
Chat.
Hold on. Here's Kendall right here.
Hashtag Team 5000.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I'm on board. I love it. This guy's great, man. This guy's a fun promoter. What were you going to say about Kendall?
I saw something Kendall said in the chat, completely irrelevant, but something that kind of caught my eye. She said if you have too much potassium,
it's not good.
It could thicken your blood.
Yeah, too much potassium.
And you could have like a higher chance of blood clots and shit like that. So like people who eat bananas every day and shit, is that like too much potassium? Or
you could eat a banana
like
every day, but
too much potassium.
you can't have like, you know, overload. And too much anything isn't good.
I have
no matter how healthy it is.
These fruit drinks every day that are loaded with potassium. And now I'm all freaking out that I have a blood clot.
Oh, God. This is going to be the new one? This will last about 3 months. Reverend Jackson's here.
Let the sun rays of the solar system touch these people. Amen. Brother Dada, you are welcome to my congregation.
Yeah, out of respect to Clayton jumped in there and says, please don't play my donation, so we stopped it. We made sure we didn't play Clayton's, even though it wasn't terrible. You know, I think he would have laughed at it. We did him a favor.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Here comes Clayton again.
He seems like a nice guy, but I believe he's taken one too many soccer kicks to his face muscles. JBH, you pulled through it somehow. Well done, LOL.
Thanks.
Yeah. Very professional over here as we burst out laughing. You know, one day it's gonna catch up to us, but that's part of the
wonderful, wonderful.
our shtick, I guess. I don't know.
He's the type of guy that could have a 40-minute conversation over a piece of poop on a stick. If I was high while talking to him, he'd go into some sort of state of psychosis. I'm sober right now, and I'm still tripping the fuck out.
Like I said, if he could hear us better, we could have interjected and kind of. I did say to him he's very long-winded. I did mention that to him. You know, he laughed that off. It was because it's difficult doing a Zoom interview as is, but with him having problems hearing us does not make it any easier. I would love to have him in studio or be at an event and talk to him face to face. I think it would be better. The problem is if we start laughing, which we probably will, that could be problematic. Because I know me. All I need is one person to start laughing, and then I'm done. You know.
Well, that's why I tried to remove myself, because I knew that if I lost it, that it was only a matter of time before you caught on, and and it would have been a mess. And then when I heard you start giggling, I was like, oh, we're fucked now.
Yeah, that's tough. It is tough, but he's a funny guy, man. I think he's very funny. Anyway, let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we're gonna get into the news. I want to talk about what Ed Hearn said about Dana White. UFC Vegas 47. I mean, we started late, so we'll go a little bit later tonight. Appreciate everyone jumping in. Hit the like button. If you haven't shared the stream, share it, man. Say, yo, Dada 5000 was on the MMA-Holes. I mean, do you remember that crazy Bellator fight with Kimbo Slice? He spoke about it. The guy almost fucking died. So, I mean, I think he painted that picture pretty well. We'll be right back after this quick break.
Let's be honest, when it comes to underwear, there's nothing more important than comfort. Why empty your pockets for generic underwear that loses comfort, quality, and style when you can slip into a pair of Sheath and get even more out of your daily wear? With Sheath underwear, you can treat your jewels like royalty as they are given their own private sanctum, keeping them secure and you in a state of bliss. Get 20% off Sheath now using promo code MMA-Holes. That's MMA-HOLES with the link in the description below.
And for the ladies?
Absolutely! Sheath isn't just for men. Ladies can now experience Sheath's style, comfort, and functionality too. Sheath for women is crafted using a signature modal elastane fabric blend for form-fitting breathability that will not affect the natural pH environment or the microclimate of the skin while producing that long-lasting, unimpeded comfort. Use promo code MMA-Holes, MMA-HOLES for 20% off at sheathunderwear.com.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Excuse me. Jesus. Let's get back into it. You know what's funny? I was thinking about this at the break. I wish I would have had the picture of me dressed as Mr. T as a kid. When my mom painted me in blackface, and I had my mom gave me the mohawk, the whole body. I had like
Your
stockings.
mom painted you in blackface?
Yeah, I was Mr. T. I was a kid in the 80s. So my mom legit, there are pictures of me. My brother was a parrot, and I was Mr. T. I had the mohawk. I had to make myself, my skin look black. I was in blackface, yeah. So it would have been hilarious as I was talking to him and said, "Hey,
walk around like that."
Then no one gave a shit. Like Mr. T was the shit. Now you do that, your child will get lynched. But yeah, when I was a kid, I was in blackface. I had the fucking mohawk, the whole deal. So it would have been hilarious when I made the reference to Mr. T and Dada. If I just pulled that picture up of me as a kid as Mr. T, that'd been hilarious.
Thank God that you don't have that picture.
I'm gonna get it though. I'm gonna get it from my mom, and that'll be a regular segment. But yeah, I loved Mr. T, man. I had the cereal, the lunchbox. Like, I mean, Mr. T was the best when I was a kid. Like, he was a nut. And this guy reminds me, Dada 5000 brought me back to being a kid again. You know? It's crazy. It's crazy. Any other Mr. T fans in the chat? I mean, it was an amazing era, that Mr. T. Okay, let's get into it. So to start with the first story over here, Eddie Hearn was on Ariel Helwani, and I found this hilarious. Ariel was trying to make Eddie Hearn basically say that Eddie Hearn was the best promoter, he believed was the best promoter in the game. And Eddie Hearn's doing a fantastic job, don't get me wrong. But he was basically just trying to throw out there a little jab at Dana White. And as he was doing that, Eddie Hearn basically sat there and was like, no, Dana White is the best combat sports promoter. Like boxing, MMA, Dana's the guy. And so much to the point where Eddie Hearn tells his people to watch the UFC and pull ideas from them. See what they're doing. First you have Teddy Atlas praising Dana White for what he's doing. He's in the boxing world. You got Eddie Hearn, he's putting together all these crazy fights. It's nuts, the respect that Dana White is getting, and Ariel just fell flat on that one. I was like, dude, like, let it go, bro. Like, stop with the digs and the jabs at Dana. Just bro, let it go. You know, you got Eddie Hearn on, just talk to him about that shit. You know his upcoming event and whatever. But it was nice to see Eddie Hearn give respect to Dana White and show, as much as people are saying fighter pay, blah blah blah, what Dana White has done with the UFC is amazing. It really is. Boxing is following what the UFC is doing. Who would have ever thought that besides Mystic Moss back in the day?
Me.
Well, I predicted it, Jesse, way back when on the MMA-Holes live stream. And people were saying you were crazy. But seriously, what Dana White has done with the UFC is spectacular. And now Eddie Hearn's going out there and saying it. So I want to know your thoughts on this, Jesse. I mean, no surprise, right?
I think he's right. And honestly, it's more admirable to hear someone else say that they're, watching what Dana White's doing. Because at the end of the day, let's be real, everybody's watching what Dana White's doing. And whether they admit it or not, everybody's watching him. So for someone to come out and just blatantly say that they're watching Dana White and they're telling their team to pay attention to everything that his production's doing, it's pretty fucking admirable because it keeps them humble, and it makes you kind of respect them and what they're doing a little bit more.
By the way, my mom's in the cat backing up the blackface.
In the cat?
In the chat, excuse me. Well, it says Ozzy Cat, that's why. So I merged the two. He
Mom's
says,
in the cat.
He ran around saying, I pity the fool. It's the truth. Yeah. I was a big Mr. T fan. Blackface as a kid. How old was I then? I remember doing it, so.
I would love to sit down with your mom and have a conversation about how she let you run around in blackface.
In the 80s were great. When I was a kid, being a kid in the 80s was fantastic. There was no fucking tablets and social media and nonsense. There was just like He-Man.
I'm sure there was still an
Star
issue
Wars
with
toys,
a little white kid running around in blackface, though.
Getting dirty, running around in blackface. No one cared. No one cared when you were a kid in the 80s. Now kids are on leashes with helmets in the schoolyard, gnawing on each other. Like, it's just like when we were kids, we would just, think about it.
I feel like that would have still been an issue.
No, it wasn't. Like, Mr. T was the shit. I dressed up as Mr. T. My dad was a KKK member. He was a Klans member as he was walking down the block with me. That was the best. Early 2000s was great. My brother and cousin dressed up as blackface pimps for Halloween. Well, I don't know. The 2000s, I mean, yeah, I guess early 2000s.
2000s is when it started.
Yeah. But not true.
Yes, it is. 2000s is when it started. I only know this because when I was a kid, it was a huge issue.
No, because you had like that's when you had fucking Limp Bizkit and shit like that, like coming onto the scene. You had
Limp Bizkit wasn't coming out on the stage in blackface.
No, but what I'm saying is it was this angst. You had fucking DMX at Lollapalooza doing the N-word, and every white kid out there was screaming the N-word back. What are you talking about? You can't do that now.
That's not. It has nothing to do with
no, but what I'm saying
is
it was a little bit looser than it is now. Now it's crazy. Now it's like everyone's getting canceled. Dave Chappelle's getting canceled by the gays. Like, it's just nuts. But thank God. Yeah. Wait, he is? What do you mean? Dave Chappelle is getting hung. But think about this. We got Sean Strickland, our savior. We got Michael Jackson, the UFC fighter, who is ripping us apart for saying that we're fucking, I don't know, wet dogs and shit.
Snow roach.
And snow roaches. So maybe it's coming back, guys. Maybe we're loosening up. I don't know. Anyway, let's move on from that. Move on from Eddie Hearn. Give me some news over here.
Well, Eddie Hearn is the first news, but I'll move on from that if you'd like.
All right, well, what's the news? What do we got?
Well, no, this is the Eddie Hearn thing is what you already covered. So let me move on to the next one.
Wait, they actually reported a story on that?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Who put it out?
MMA fighting.
So wait a second.
And he talks about Jake Paul mostly in the article, but he does bring up the whole Dana White thing.
Wow. How about that? So I put that tweet out there, tagged the MMA Hour, and MMA Fighting throws that. That's interesting. Okay. Let's see. Hold on. How do I pull these stories up? We don't have this.
Discord.
Okay, this is quite the clusterfuck. Okay, let me sign in. By the way, our Discord is live. We got 2 Discords. We got a free one if you'd like to jump in. That's just go over to the MMA-Holes.com. The MMA-Holes.com. We need a better system here. Because
Moss, what do you call a potato with a penis?
I don't know.
A dictator.
Never. Who said that?
Your mom.
Did she really?
She sent it to me. It was pretty funny.
Oh, okay. I'll give her a pass because she's my mom, but never ever.
Oh, but you don't give me a pass as your wife?
Can you show me where
the worst.
How do I get the news?
Click the little Discord bot on the top.
This?
No, on the top.
Okay.
And then click my name.
All right, here we go. All right. So what are we starting with?
All right. So Usman has revealed that early in his career, he lost $60K from trusting an attractive female investment advisor. Or advisor, not advertiser. Advisor.
So a sexy female, oh boy.
Yeah.
Swindled him,
Moss. According to BJPenn.com's Josh Ivanoff, Kamaru Usman has revealed that early in his career he lost $60K. The way that Nigerian Nightmare lost the funds is a bit of an interesting story. As a novice investor, Usman met with a woman who he found attractive. According to the UFC welterweight champion, the woman convinced him that she would be able to make some investments for him. As a result, Usman gave the woman a $60K to invest. The UFC welterweight champion never saw any of the money again.
Wait, who is this lady?
Some attractive woman who promised him that...
So she was pretty, and he's like, here's 60,000?
She promised him that she could invest his money, and he believed her.
Oh, Kamaru. Okay.
He said, everything I've always heard, yeah, you've got to put money in the market, you've got to invest in this, invest. I'm like, all right, I didn't really know what I was doing, so a friend introduced me to some lady who invests for you.
It's kind of ironic. And listen, I love Usman, but I got to make a little joke here. It's kind of ironic how didn't his father get in trouble for some sort of
I thought his father got in trouble
scam?
for, I don't know if it was money.
I think he was scamming people, and then he got scammed by some chick. It's like
he
this.
Said, so a friend introduced me to some lady who invests for you, so she approaches me, we have a conversation, we talk, she was attractive. Of course, nothing happened on that front, he said in this interview. He also said, but she was attractive, so it was very easy to be distracted.
She had big tits. Here's 60K.
He said, give her about almost $60,000. Haven't seen that money since. Yeah. While the UFC welterweight champion may have been scammed out of 60K, it's likely he's sitting pretty nowadays. Now Usman is considered one of the greatest pound-for-pound fighters on the planet.
But how do you just give 60K, even if they're an attractive person? Like, how do you do that?
No, well, she made him believe that she could invest his money.
I mean, Jesus.
And he was introduced to her through a friend, so he believed that she was trustworthy.
Oh my God. Well, listen, you live, you learn, right? It's not like he's missing it now. he's doing all right. So
I mean, 60K is a lot of money to lose
yeah,
still.
but he's the pound for pound best right now. So he's good. Ollie's got him set. He's good to go. I'm not worried about this. Kamara, you're fine. Okay?
Adesanya says, trust me, Robert Whittaker is not a good guy, according to MMA Fighting Newswire.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What? Why would he say, like, Robert Whittaker seems like one of the nicest guys ever?
Well, Whittaker has blamed his ego for his knockout loss to Adesanya almost 3 years ago. He's vowed to return a different fighter, but the champ sees the same result ahead. He said it was his ego last time, but I called it from the fight. He said, I said at the time that he is acting out of character, and I also said he's not being himself. People kept saying what a good guy he is, but trust me, he's not. You don't see that behind the scenes, and now he's admitted it was his ego that got the best of him. Well, I told you so. He should have listened to me. What else can he say? He said after the fight that it was the best he's ever felt. Well, I do not forget that. If he can get better, he'll have to bring the best again, and I will beat him again.
Yeah, so I think I know what's going on here. Izzy's basically just trying to
hype it up.
He's just trying to make, go into war mode. I think that's what Izzy's doing here. He's got to get angles to go into this thing, the press conference, whatever's going to happen, the weigh-ins, all the lead up. I think Izzy's going to have to... Oh, here comes Clayton. Wasn't Clayton...
Have you guys watched Rob's interview he did yesterday on Submission Radio?
No.
It's very interesting. Probably his most revealing interviewing yet. It's a long interview, but watch it from the 13-minute mark. What he says is so damn true. And it's pretty funny.
Yeah, I mean, if you can give us a clip of it, I don't know. I like Robert Whittaker a lot, but I have not sat through one Robert Whittaker interview. I need more Dada 5000s. I can't. The Reaper, one of the guys I always go for. I like rooting for him, but I cannot watch him interviewed. I don't know. Maybe it's an Aussie thing. I don't know.
I love listening to Australian accents.
That's not a problem. I think their voices are awesome too. Like their accents, the whole deal.
I love it.
But Robert Whittaker is so fucking boring. Just like.
I do agree that Robert Whittaker is pretty unlistenable.
He had a podcast with this other guy. The other guy still does it. This guy with the glasses. It is the most unlistenable thing I've ever heard in my life. Like Robert, and I want to hear what Robert Whittaker has to say because the guy's been through some crazy shit. But I'm sorry, I can't listen to it.
Yeah.
Just tell me what he said. Cliff notes. D-Rest with some boobies. Hey,
I can see your underwear. Put your boobies in the air. Fapping like I just don't care. Can I lick your pubic hair? Snap a picture, time to share. Choke my meat vision impaired. Filthy mind, I need a prayer. Pervert cameraman, beware. Pervert cameraman, show them tits. Pervert cameraman, $10 tip. Pervert cameraman, Yanni Celeste. Pervert cameraman, show them breasts. Boobies.
D-Rest. Let's go, baby.
Guess who?
D-Rest. Thank you for the $10 donation.
Wonderful.
By the way, we have your packages, so please remind us to open that at the very end of the show. We'll open up D-Rest's packages. Okay, thank you, D-Rest. Hey, thank you guys for donating. Appreciate it.
Is it a dildo?
Hopefully. Okay, so open some gifts, and if you want to send us anything, we have an address down below in the description.
So the next article, I mean, it's not really worth getting into. It's just Sean Strickland. If you want to watch it, it's his interview at the UFC Vegas 47 Media Day.
Wonderful.
Mr. Joker coming in.
Hello, it's the Joker. If you want the full Kamaru Usman interview, it's called How I Spent My First $1 Million GQ Sports on YouTube. Don't worry, the $60K won't hurt him too much. He said he later invested more that paid him sweet. Robert is Kiwi, not us.
Oh, is he a Kiwi? I'm sorry, guys. I apologize if I...
What's the difference?
Mix them up. Because you got Kiwis, which are
Kiwi?
from New Zealand, right? Isn't Kiwis New Zealand?
That it? Kiwi is New Zealand?
I think, right? Or I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. I have no idea, to be honest with you. But I know
Kiwi
I see
is New
Kiwi.
Zealand.
I think it's New Zealand, right? If I'm not mistaken. Help me out here.
I'm so confused.
Like, I like Sean Hart. Yeah, so New Zealand is Kiwi. Okay, thanks, guys.
So Izzy is Kiwi.
Why
is it called Kiwi?
Yeah, why is New Zealand people called Kiwis? I don't know. Help us out
Of all
here.
things, you want to name people from New Zealand after a fruit?
You know what's funny? We have it's
Fruity
crazy.
people.
Oh, that's nice. I heard like Australia beautiful, but New Zealand is like it's kind of sketch. I've heard. I don't know.
Like
I've never
ghetto?
been there.
Like New Zealand's the ghetto of Australia?
People say people move from Australia to New Zealand, but it's kind of like a lesser living. I don't know if it's true. I have no idea. But let me know in the chat if that's. I have no.
Kiwi bird. Oh, it's a bird. Okay, fair enough. I'd rather be named after a bird than a fruit.
We have some of the coolest people though from Australia and New Zealand. Like Dark Matter's from New Zealand over there, right there. He says chur, right? The coolest fucking people from Australia and New Zealand. So nothing.
Regardless, their accents are very nice.
Yeah, great accents. The whole deal is sexy, but I just can't. I don't know what it is when it comes to the UFC fighters. I don't hate Robert Whittaker in any way. In fact, I root for him majority of the time. Volkanovski, I'm on the fence with, but both of them in interviews, I just don't know why. I'm like, you're boring me.
Yeah.
I need Dada 5000. I need fucking.
What if Dada 5000 had an Australian accent, Moss?
I don't care about the accent.
Why?
The accent's not it. It's like
It
maybe,
is.
yeah. I mean, but I want to be in order to be interested in what they have to say. You got to give me something.
But you know, like how some people have that accent where like you could just listen to them all day.
No.
Even if they're talking about boring shit.
No, I don't give a fuck about your accent. I don't care.
do.
I don't care about anyone's accent.
If
I
you
don't
talk
care.
like you're from Boston, I have no interest in what you have to say. Sorry, Boston. Like you guys are great people, but I can't fucking listen to it. But if you're from Australia or like the UK,
there we go.
I'm good. Ireland, I love that. Irish accents. You know?
I don't care what your accent is. I don't care. I don't give a shit. I really don't. Like I just want interesting people. That's all. I think that's not too much to ask.
Yeah.
Although the Brazilian accent, the Portuguese, is a very ugly accent. Like CYBORG and stuff. I got you, dad, you dad. It's that's like that's the one accent where I'm like, okay.
Brazil?
Yeah. Like Anderson Silva, love the guy.
Yeah.
Like
I guess yeah. They can
sounds
get
like an
kind of
angry
annoying.
baby.
But I'm more used to it because it's not the same. But
it's
like
crazy.
my family's Hispanic, so I'm used to that kind of speech.
Yeah, usually
but
I
I
don't
take
give
that
a
back
shit.
because Mikey was from Boston, and I loved listening to Mikey.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Boston
So I
people
guess
are fine.
some people from Boston I can listen to.
It
But those
comes- all
fucking
right.
Canadians.
All right, what are we?
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
These fucking Canadians. Yeah, let's isolate everybody.
All right.
Hold on a second. There's
Okay.
more.
Wonderful.
We're going all night tonight, boys. Clayton.
Trust me, listen from 13-minute mark to the 15-minute mark. Just that 2 minutes and I promise you won't be disappointed. Smile.
13-minute mark to I don't fucking know.
Well, you can't play it on air, but if you want to listen to it after the show.
I'm probably not going to do it. If you can clip it and throw it on Discord or something, on our Discord, I could check it out there. DM us on Discord. I'll definitely check it out, but I'm not going to be hunting for it. I appreciate it, Clayton.
CBD.
The Joker. Uh-oh.
CBD.
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 CBD. It helps with
the
healing
fucking
process
Joker.
and, inflammation and stuff like that. So you wanted to get these for before, after fight training and make your life a better place.
Every time I hear this donation now with the Joker, I'm like, uh-oh.
Don't worry, Kiwis are friendly. Anyway, this donation is to apologize to Jez and Chris for my mass troll shenanigans, which were hilarious in my opinion nonetheless.
Which shenanigans? Everyone's pulling shenanigans around here.
So I'm not going to say it on air. I'll tell Jesse off air. But he made a confession in Discord about certain donations with this actual donation. So I'll tell Jesse off air.
Really?
'Cause I don't want to ruin the fun in the chat, to be honest.
Oh, okay.
But it is pretty hysterical. Thank you, Joker, man. You're the man. From New Zealand or Australia? What is he? He's Kiwi, right? Or
I think he keeps saying Kiwi.
Okay, you're Kiwi. You're a Kiwi man.
Aw,
Here's a
super
Kiwi.
chat.
Dark Matter.
Kiwi is New Zealand's national bird.
New Zealand.
Cur.
Oh, okay. Let me look at a
Cur.
Kiwi. I'm curious what a Kiwi looks like. Hold on.
You know, when I was like junior high, Moss, I made a promise to my best friend that I was gonna marry someone from Australia just because of the accent.
Well, you lied to your friend.
Well, I didn't keep that promise.
Well, you know what though? When I'm gone, when I'm long gone. Oh, they're actually pretty cute birds.
Why
Look at
is
these.
this bird cut into kiwis?
They're fucking hilarious. They actually look like a Kiwi.
Moss, look at the kiwi bird.
All right, I gotta show it on screen. They're all. I understand. I'm putting on the screen. It's like a child. Yeah, look at that.
The bird cut into kiwis.
It turns into kiwis. I guess because the body's shaped like a kiwi, maybe. Right?
Well, and the whole outside looks like a fucking kiwi, Moss.
They're actually pretty cute. I've never seen one of these things before. Wow, how big are they? Holy shit, they're big. Oh, God, I want a pet. Oh, they got white ones, too. Look at this. They got all different colors. They come in all different shapes and sizes and colors. They're actually pretty adorable. It looks like something from Popeye. I've never seen this before. That's pretty cool. We got freaking large cats running around here. Bobcats and fucking rattlesnakes. And you got these adorable... Actually, they got some crazy stuff over there, too, though. Wow, they're cool. Look at the eggs on these things. All right, anyway.
They look like rodents.
What do you mean they look like rodents?
Yeah, they stand like rodents. We should get one for Ellie.
Why? Do they have Boston accents, too? Is that...
What?
Okay. What else we got? Sean Strickland. Yeah, Sean Strickland. One's in the chat. If you heard Sean Strickland's media scrum today, I mean, this guy was dropping a lot of
Gay Lord.
Like he was saying gay every other sentence, and I was like, this dude's gonna get canceled, man. Like it's nuts. Like it was kind of wild. I was listening to him. It felt like I was back with the boys back in the day. You know, when we would just throw out like stupid things that you get canceled for now. But Sean Strickland, no fucks given. Do you think he got a lashing after talking to the media?
No, I don't think anyone gives a shit because it's Sean Strickland.
Sean motherfucker. And Kevin Holland's not a fan of Sean Strickland. Seems like he doesn't like him. And Ariel Helwani's not a fan of him either. Which, I mean, come on. It's Sean Strickland.
Well, no, on today's show he said that, what did he say? He said he respects what Sean Strickland does or something like that.
He was telling the whole media that their hairdos are gay, right? And he's like, you do that to get pussy. You straighten up your apartment, your house
What's Sean
to get
Strickland?
pussy.
It's like what he does.
Like he's just shitting on everybody. And I got to say this, it's so, I've said this before. I said it to Chris Curtis. It's so refreshing to have someone actually be blatantly honest rather than everyone sucking each other's dicks. You know? Good for Sean. Good for Sean Strickland. I don't know. And apparently he brought something up about a Nazi or something like that. And I think that's what pissed off Ariel. But Ariel's so sensitive, man. It's crazy.
Oh, something about being a former neo-Nazi or some shit like that?
I don't know. He was probably joking around about some stupid shit. I don't think Sean Strickland's running around burning Jews and stuff. You know, I don't think that's happening. But then again, you never know. You never know with the guy. He could have a fucking stove full of Jews in his apartment. Who knows? All right. Let's see. Let's move on to the next story.
According to Jesse Holland of MMA Mania, Daniel Cormier says John Jones versus Stipe Miocic interim heavyweight title fight makes sense. What do you think of that, Moss?
Yeah, of course it makes sense because your boy, DC played around with them, so.
Well, DC thinks that we're going to see another interim title fight.
Probably. I think so, too. In fact, I would probably put money on it.
Michael Chandler's unsure if beating Tony Ferguson will earn him a title shot, title rematch if he wins his next fight. And I got to be quite honest, I'm unsure about it, too. That's just my humble opinion.
What are you unsure about? I missed the beginning.
Michael Chandler's unsure if beating Tony Ferguson will earn him a rematch title fight.
Yeah, it does. That doesn't lock it up at all. He's on a 2-fight losing streak. Like, what the fuck?
Do you think Michael Chandler's roided up?
I mean, when I touched this guy's shoulder, it was when Bellator went to New York, and Chael Sonnen was on the card. Was it Chael? Who did Chael fight? I can't fucking remember now. But Chandler was on the card. James Gallagher was there. And I got the chance to, and Bader was there. I got to interview all these guys. And when I grabbed Chandler's shoulder, it felt like a cinder block. It was like stone, no joke. Like I was like, what the fuck? He's not very tall either. He's kind of short. But I grabbed him. I was like, what the? Solid stone shoulder. And Brian Bader's another one too. Dude's like a rock. So I went home and cried. I don't know why. I mean, he's in the USADA testing pool. He just might be he's pretty serious about his training. And how about this Raging Alley? So he's thinking about coming back. He's not done.
Is he? Well, yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, Al's still hanging in there?
Yeah, well, he's applauding Francis Ngannou for seeking a better deal from his promoter.
Wonderful. Wait, hold on. Clayton jumping in with the deuce.
Yay, the Kiwis have their Kiwi bird, but us Aussies have our drop bears. Your little fruit bird has no shot. Game, set, match.
Wait, so Clayton's from Australia? See, look at this. I love it, man. I feel like if we went to Australia...
Your little fruit bird.
He called it a little fruit bird. We went to Australia. It would be amazing, right? I think we would have a blast going on.
I would love it. Love it.
That's got to be like one of the first places.
Yeah.
Like the long... Actually, how far is Australia from here?
Well, it's pretty far, Moss.
I know, but like, hold on.
Think about it this way. Hawaii's like halfway between both, and it's a 6-hour flight from here to Hawaii. So think 12 hours. It's about a 12-hour flight.
Yeah, respond to Dada. He's a very nice guy. I like Dada. I want to be his friend. Anyway, 12-hour flight, you saying?
I would think it's probably around 12 hours because Hawaii's halfway through. Hawaii's 6 hours. So it would probably be about 12 hours.
That's better than New York. Right? New York is like 77 hours or some shit like that. But, yeah. So Raging Al. What do you think about Raging Al? He's still got that. That fire's still lit. Which, I mean, that last fight, he was like, I should have took another fight. Like, Bobby Green was, you know, he's still pretty damn good. So he thinks he should come back and fight someone a little lesser. But then he said in his weight class, really not much of a tune-up fight going on there. Anyone stand out for you guys? I didn't really look at the rankings. But Ally Quinter, who would you like to see him lined up against?
Moss, it's super far, at least 24 hours. You can't fly the Hawaii way, so you got to come across the USA, Europe, and Africa way. So it's way longer. 17 hours from Phoenix to Australia by plane. There you go.
How many? What is
17 hours.
17? Okay.
Why did he abandon his channel? Who? Al?
Oh, no, he's coming. Actually, he's coming back tomorrow, he said. I don't know. Ally Quinta, I don't think he's on. Is he on YouTube? He streams on another platform. We got to get. I've interviewed Raging Al at Triton Fights, but we got to get him on the podcast. Like, I mean, he's got his little podcast. We gotta get him on.
Yeah.
I don't know. Raging Al, come on. He would be good.
Derek Lewis likes Tai Tuivasa, but he's not doing a shoey at UFC.
I think he should drink out of his cup. I think that's what I proposed.
He said, win or lose, don't expect Derek Lewis to go anywhere near his or anyone else's shoe with beer in it. Sorry, Tai Tuivasa.
Okay, so that's not how. Derek Lewis is gonna flatline Tuivasa. I'm sorry. Sorry to absolutely nobody.
Holly Holm versus Ketlin Vieira is targeted for May's UFC Fight Night.
Why is Holm? Oh, that's right. Tate's running to 125. Damn, man. I want to see Holm versus Tate, too.
Yeah, that's not happening. Tate's seeking out Shevchenko.
Tate's seeking out Shevchenko. Okay, great.
Yeah.
All right, Misha. Tate's on she's on Big Brother now, too. Did you hear about that?
I have heard about that. Wasn't this supposed to air tonight or some shit?
I don't know. I don't watch Big Brother.
Yeah,
but I did hear that was happening. So in case anyone cares about Misha Tate.
Aljamain Sterling responds saying people aren't paying $75 to watch Sean O'Malley's jab or some shit like that. Sean O'Malley fight.
Come on, Aljo. What are we doing, man?
I mean, he's just shitting on everyone around you.
But is he for real, though? I mean, who would sell more pay-per-views, Aljo or Sean O'Malley? I mean, come on, Aljo.
Well, Sean O'Malley took a jab at Aljo.
What did he say?
About his popularity. So I think Aljo's just trying to, kind of get one back at him.
Listen, I think Aljo could fucking submit Sean O'Malley in 2 seconds, to be honest. You know? I think Aljo drags him down to the ground and fucking Sandhagens him. I pick Aljo all day over Sean O'Malley. As fun as Sean O'Malley is. But when it comes to popularity, I mean, let's be serious here. What are we talking about? Who's going to... I mean, there's a reason why he's not headlining the pay-per-view with Piotr Jan.
Yeah.
So what the hell is he talking about? What did Sean say first?
So O'Malley drew headlines when he said that Sterling and interim title holder Piotr Jan weren't big enough stars to carry UFC 272 following a scratch of featherweight headliner Volkanovski versus Korean Zombie, which prompted the promotion to move up the matchups with the bantamweight slotted as the co-main event. And then Aljo just kind of came back and said that's on the UFC to put together a fight card that's worthy of customers wanting to pay a $70 price tag. And then he just kind of went in on O'Malley about that whole thing. So
O'Malley don't want this smoke.
O'Malley's basically saying they're not popular enough for anyone to really give a fuck. And then Aljo came back at him. You know.
O'Malley's got to worry about that freaking Russian kid with Saeed Nurmagomedov. Worry about that guy. That guy's a scary motherfucker.
The UFC's targeting Jamal Emmers versus Daniel Pineda for the
dude
May
on the right
14th showdown.
The dude on the right looks like the guy from Saturday Night Live. The guy that looks like he has AIDS. What's his name? Pete Davidson?
Pete Davidson.
He looks like Pete Davidson on steroids.
A little bit.
Who are these guys?
Jamal Emmers and Daniel Pineda. I've seen them both fight.
Yeah, I don't know these guys.
Good Lord.
Oh, Pineda's the guy that, isn't he the guy that should have fought for the flyweight? Are these flyweights? I don't even know. Who are these guys?
Featherweight.
The featherweights?
Yeah.
Oh, I definitely don't know these guys. Why don't I?
You've seen them fight, Moss.
I know I have. I'm sure we've done play-by-play to their fights. I don't recognize either of them. If I saw them in the grocery store, I would have no idea.
Yeah.
They don't even have enough cauliflower for me to recognize them.
Well, those glasses should be pretty recognizable.
Do you recognize these guys?
No, I recognize their names.
Does anyone? Yeah, I mean the names sound familiar. I don't remember these. We watch way too many fights. Like I can't remember all these guys. It's too much work. All right, this is the segment where we open up the gifts from the people. We should have like music. Actually, that's what I'll work on. Anytime there's a gift
You open them.
Opening segment, we well this one's to you. This one's to you. And this one is to actually I don't know who that's from. Does it say? So this one's from D-Rest.
I mean, I would assume this is from DRS as well because it's from Russia.
I don't know. One has your name on, one has mine. So open yours first. All right, Jess. Thank you to the people of sending stuff. I don't know either of those guys. In fairness, they probably don't know us.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Tropic Tom.
Most of the Australian landmass is the devil's butthole. New Zealand is more beautiful, plus you can fuck a hobbit.
Oh, okay. You can fuck a hobbit. What do we got here?
This is pretty fucking cool. I actually like this one a lot, Ma.
Let me see. All right, it's pretty cool. Who sent that? Is that D-Rest?
I would assume I would assume.
Is that a
D-Rest.
middle finger? Oh, it's a thumbs up. Oh, it's a thumbs up.
Thumbs up, yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Right? I actually like this one.
Motherfucker came up with something good. If this is D-Rest, that's actually probably the nicest shirt you've ever come up with.
This design, this is legit, man. This is really freaking cool.
I tell you what, though, make that into a middle finger, and now we're talking.
The thumbs up is good. We have a like sign and everything.
I say middle finger, but regardless, that's fantastic.
Yeah,
that's the best shirt he
cool.
sent.
Yeah, I like this one a lot. You're gonna see me wearing this.
Yeah,
one
let me see
often.
that. That's fucking cool, man.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I think they would wear that shit.
Yeah, I like that.
Damn, D-Rest. You did outdid yourself with that one. Does it say the holes or does it say the MMA holes?
MMA holes all over it.
It says MMA holes. Yeah,
MMA holes all
that's
over
that's fucking cool. That actually is that is fire, man. That's a fucking cool shirt.
Yeah, it's really cool.
That's a pretty cool shirt.
Thank you, D-Rest.
Yeah, he hit a home run with that one.
Yeah, this one's really nice.
Okay. Let's see what else we got here from Wow. That was cool, D-Rest, man.
Yeah, I like it.
That's actually really nice. Really nice. D-Rest has really turned into something speciale. Very speciale. Oh, we got to play some bets, too, on this Strickland card. By the way, Hermansson being an underdog. A good under? Hermansson's going to try to drag his ass to the ground. He's a pretty good grappler.
I don't know.
I want Sean Strickland to win, but I mean, if
I'm going to go Strickland.
Hermansson might hump the shit out of him. He might. He might hump the shit.
Strickland's an animal.
Get a thumbs down. All right, you have nails? Or a knife? Or you want to just stare at me? You got
I don't have anything for you.
Shit. Oh, hold on. We might have some movement here. Alrighty. All right, I'm going to have to get a scissor or some shit. Oh, hold on a sec. We might... All right, I think I got it. I think it's going to be a really close fight to go either way. Yeah, I mean, I think I'm going to wind up picking Strickland, but with Hermansson being a pretty decent underdog, I don't think it's a terrible bet. Strickland, he's due for a loss, right? And the Joker could grapple. By the way, the Joker wants to rematch HAMZAT Chimaev in an actual grappling match because he said that was a freestyle wrestling match. So he says that favors HAMZAT Chimaev. So he wants to do it. I mean, this is quite the packing job here. Nothing's getting out of this box, that's for sure. Okay. It's like Christmas over here.
We got a Mad Strickland fan.
I like Strickland, I do. I'm just saying, I'm just trying to think, you know, you're looking at an underdog in the main event. Hermansson, it's not terrible, I don't think. I mean, is he going to get knocked out? I mean, if it goes a decision, stays on the feet, Strickland all day, right? Okay, so I'm opening this thing up. It's got an American flag. It's wrapped.
Wait, there's a card on top.
Okay, read the card.
No, you read it.
It's hey, cheapy G's.
No, here, cheapy.
Oh, here, cheapy G's. LOL, Dom. Okay, so it says. Okay. Here, cheapy G's. LOL, Dom. We'll find out what that means. Here, cheapy. Okay, looks like some sort of... I don't know, what is it? He got us a new keyboard. Look at this. He got us a new keyboard. Look at that. Wow.
It's actually funny you said that because he would have never bought it.
I would have never bought it. That's true. That's correct. I will plug this in. D-Rest, because we're using a Mac keyboard right now. I think this is going to come in handy, D-Rest. Thank you very much. Look at that. What a guy. That was actually pretty thoughtful.
Yeah.
Very thoughtful, man. Thank you, D-Rest. What a legend. He's right. I am a cheap fuck.
It would have taken him a decent 6 more months before he bought another
one. You know what
one.
it is? I'll say in a sec.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Clayton.
What happened to that beef between Glove and that other guy in the chat? Did they make amends? Anyone get soccer kicked?
Glove has beefs with everyone. Kevin from Chicago, Chrome to Your Dome, Kendall.
Yeah, I think he's talking about Kevin.
Yeah, Glove is like...
He's a man on a mission. He's an assassin.
Well, he's 16.
He's young, dumb, and full of cum. You can't stop him right now. Thank you, Clayton. Thank you guys. Thank you, D-Rest. Hey, thank you for the donations. And UFC Vegas 47 is Saturday night. Friday's Fuka Friday. Might game tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. On the second channel, not the MMA-Holes. And once again, I do want to give a shout out to our website. Go check it out. Our website, themmaholes.com. Themmaholes.com over here. And we have just added the Discord section. So 24/7. I saw it was popping last night, man. Was it last night? I don't know. Every time I jump in here, people are hanging out.
I feel like it's always active now. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, so check it out. Here's our Discord over here. And it's full of MMA holes when we're not live. So you can do it from the website, themmaholes.com. Good luck to our goat milk players. Did you send out the champ? Was it Charles Patrick? Was he the champ last week?
Yeah, I think last I checked, he was talking to Anthony. I don't know where they are right now, but
all right, so he'll get his stuff soon. And that's pretty much it, right? I mean, I do want to place a bet. Let me just look at my bookie real quick over here as we are in the plus on our bets. I want to see if anything sticks out. I don't want to parlay, but maybe I don't know. Let's see. Now that we're up, I kind of want to get really. Here's the UFC lines.
Super chat.
Hey, 60-second MMA. By the way, 60-second MMA is, I think I can remember this one. What the fuck's his name? Meridian, right? Meridian Heights, I think. Is that his name, the guy? I think he's 60-second MMA. So go subscribe to 60-second MMA. That's your channel, right? Let me know in the chat. 60-second MMA. Let's see. All right, let's look at this. Thank you, my friend. You guys are awesome. Julian Arosa. Trying to see who sticks out. So Strickland is a -220 now. So even if we drew, I'm afraid to bet on this one. I kind of want to go with the under because just Hermansson laying on him, like out grappling him. But I at the same time, it doesn't talk to me. This fight it doesn't really stick out. Let me look at the Tapology real quick. You tell me if something sticks out here. By the way, oh yeah, see who filled in on the Smiling Alley fight? Brandon Allen now is in on short notice.
My goodness.
That's actually not a bad fight. It really isn't. His last fight was the Chris Curtis fight. Remember? He got fucking
It's
he got
weird that
smoked.
the UFC cuts other people but won't cut Smiling Sam Alvey.
He's a company man. That's all he is. He's a company man. And he always, the dude's always looking for a knockout. So Julian Arosa versus Steven Patterson's good. Oh, shit, man. I don't know. Nothing's really standing out. There's some pretty good fights, though. Solid fights on this card. We're going to have to make a bet somewhere, though. Wow, this is a co-main? These kids are, completely untested, right? I mean, actually, how many... Wow, he has 3 fights since the Contender Series? Damn. So Soriano lost to Brandon Allen. Dusko Todorovic. Piachota. And here's the Jamie Pickett win. Nick Maximov. So 2 Contender Series guys. He's only got 1. I thought I couldn't sworn Soriano was 1 or 2 off the Contender. He's 3. All right, so that's your co-main. Nothing really stands out yet. Something will. Friday will make the bet. I just can't put my finger on it. I do want Strickland to win, though, right? Who are you rooting for in this fight?
Strickland.
Shoney boy? Mm-hmm. Okay. Smash the like button. We're out of here. We'll see you on Friday.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. Thank you to our sponsors, Sheath, Head Rush, MyBookie.ag, and ESPN Plus. Links in the description. Promo code MMA-Holes. That's MMA-HOLES for all of your discounts on all of your favorite products. Thanks once more to Dada 5000 for jumping on the show and giving us a wonderful, wonderful interview. We hope to see him again soon. And like Ma said, we will be live again Friday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Time for Fook Off Friday. Be there. Hit the notification. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. And as always, don't be an a-hole. Be an MMA hole.